In this video, we're going to learn how to factor trinomials with the AC method. So we have to use the AC method whenever a is not equal to 1. So a is our number in front of y squared. So a is 10, b is -7, and c is -6. So if a was equal to 1, we could say, okay, what are two numbers that multiply to be -6 that add to be -7? But because a is not 1, we can't use that. So we have to do the AC method. So that we first start out with the AC method by doing a times c. So 10 times -6, which is -60. And now we want to think of two numbers that multiply to be -60 that add to be -7. So if I start writing out my numbers, I have, let's see, a -30 and 2. That doesn't work. You can also think of the other alternative of +30 and -2. -6 and 10 doesn't work. -60 and 1 does not work. So I keep going until I find two numbers that multiply to be -60 and add to be -7. So -12 and 5, that works. These two multiply to be -60 and add to be -7. So what I do is I now take my b right here and I replace it. So I say 10y squared minus 12y plus 5y minus 6. So all I've done is taken my b and I've expanded it into two terms because -12y plus 5y is the same thing as -7y. And now I'm going to do factor by grouping. So I'm looking at the first two terms and I want to factor out what they have in common. So it looks like the biggest thing they have in common is a 2y. So I'm left with a 5y minus 6 because I'm going to take a 2y out here and a 2y out here. And then in the next one, I can't take anything out besides a 1. And I'm left with 5y minus 6. And remember, when you do factor by grouping, you want these parentheses to be the same. So now the first half and the second half, I can factor out a 5y minus 6 to both, and I'm left with 2y plus 1. And then you'll want to check your answer by multiplying this. So here's our answer, but if we check, we would say, okay, 5y times 2y is 10y squared, and then plus 5y minus 12y minus 6. So we end up with 10y squared minus 7y minus 6. So that means this answer right here is correct.